I remember first getting up today somewhere between 8 and 9 in the morning, but I was still tired at that point, so I ended up going back to sleep, and then I woke up around 10:30 in the morning, and that's when I got up. Although I only started having coffee around 11, and I think I had a few cups over the next hour to hour and a half. Excuse me, it was at 1 p.m. that I started eating that penne Alfredo with meatballs pasta dish that Dad got me at Salvatore's the other day. Although I didn't eat it all at once. Because it was a pretty big portion. So I ate about a third of it at 1 p.m. after microwaving it for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I ate it to the last quarter at 3 p.m. after microwaving it for 2 minutes. And then I ate the last quarter around 5 p.m. after microwaving it for 30 seconds. Then I had half of a calzone that Dad got from Salvatore's after a day of delivering mail. Dad delivered mail today, went to Salvatore's, got the calzone, quickly dropped some stuff off at his new house, and then got to his apartment unit at around 7:30 p.m., which was when he gave me half of his calzone. All the time, I was working on the Josh Allen styrofoam drawing. For the winter knit hat, I decided to do the Buffalo Bills logo on both the back and then the front of the hat. And for the back, I felt I did it a little too big, because the midnight blue outlines of the thick bottom trim of the hat ended up cutting off the top and bottom of the white outline of the Buffalo Bills logo. I did the one in front smaller, or tried to, but I think in doing so, the front Buffalo Bills logo ended up looking less like the actual logo than the one in the back. But I still did pretty good for both logos. It's just that the smaller I do a drawing, the more difficult it is to draw it accurately. Then I did some of Josh Allen's jersey. Of which I ended up making the collar with outside to inside. I did the midnight blue, white, red collar with the NFL logo. It had its endpoint too large. Maybe so I could have room for that midnight blue shirt underneath. Of which I'm going to add detail to later. Same for the winter knit hat. But I think it's because I wanted to give myself some of the reason, room to do that NFL logo. But now the 17 might end up looking really small, the 17 at the center or so of the jersey on the front of it. Drag identical game pieces to merge them into an upgraded game piece. Deliver one of the orders. A good thing for the in-game tutorial. Yeah, this is one of the most complex mini games I've ever seen in my time playing Elvenar. Though as for the face, which I did after doing some of the jersey, I think I did that pretty well. I used my lightest skin hue for the face, and then for details like the lips and the outlines of the eyes, I was initially going to go down one skin hue, but then when I was drawing basically the chin, it ended up being too close to the color of the skin. From coloring in the neck. So I ended up going 2 skin hues down from the color I used for the skin. And it still ended up looking pretty close. To the color of the skin. You can still see the outlines, but it doesn't stick out as much as, obviously, if it doesn't stick out that much, and definitely not as much as it did when I did those outlines with black Sharpie markers, either fine or ultra fine, but I think that epiphany I had relatively recently, that I had again or so while working on drawing the Penguin from Batman. And I think it's ultimately benefited me when it comes to the quality of my artwork on polystyrene. Yeah, I didn't get back to Mom's place until somewhere between 8. It was around 8 p.m. I know it was 8 p.m. because the sun was still up somewhat when I first got back to Mom's place. She also enjoyed seeing Josh Allen's styrofoam drawing. And when Dad saw it when he got back from work, the progress I made today, he said that whoever I'm giving it to, the aunt, is going to love it. Of which I replied, I hope so. When it came to doing the face, I preferred pictures of Josh Allen in which he has a mustache and a bit of a stubble beard. Since that's what I did when I did the first drawing of Josh Allen for other members of Dad's family. Other members of the family on Dad's side. By the way, this is a Southwest chicken salad. That Mom got from Wendy's. While I was at Dad's place. Possibly today. That's what I'm assuming anyway. Despite my perception as fast food salads being unhealthy because they're from fast food restaurants, it tends not to be the healthiest kind of food you can get. At least from what I've heard. This doesn't look like too bad of a salad. Got plenty of avocado, mashed up avocado, tomato pieces, some cheese, some greens, chicken, and bacon. It seems like a keto-friendly salad to me. Unless they somehow put sugar in the mashed up avocado, but there's no need to do that. Also, while I was at Dad's place, in between the last of the Salvatore's pasta dish and the calzone, I got permission from Dad to have the last mint chocolate chip. Klondike bar. Dad initially told me that there were 2 left, and I could have 1 on a phone call. But when I initially went to get it, maybe around 5:30 p.m., It turned out there was only one left. Called Dad to inform him of the situation. And then I think he called me back around 6 p.m. where he told me I could have that last Klondike bar. And so I did, but I didn't have any of the sausage that was in the refrigerator. It's simply because I don't want to eat too much of his food in one given day. As for the Klondike, that was something Dad specifically explicitly said I could have or gave to me. At the time, it seemed like it would be rude to not accept the offer. Also, I think I've got the idea of this game down pat. Got the idea. I'm going to try to complete the orders that give me the most rubies, I assume. Gems. I'm hoping if I manage to get to the elemental chapter, this will automatically upgrade to that level, but maybe not. This is a set building. It turns out these are actually called Triumph Gems. Also, right before Dad got back to his apartment unit, there was a brief period in which he stopped at his new house in order to drop some stuff off. He didn't say exactly what it was, but described it as some stuff during a phone call.